As I was reflecting on your journey, not only starting kind of early taking those steps, but if you kind of reflect on your career, it feels like you got into a rhythm of like big step after big step, and I think it was really cool to see, and maybe you meant it to be this like way in the book, but your wisdom, your experience, your courage, your capacity to take on bigger challenges grew because you took those early steps. And curious, like, if your mindset of like maybe two-part question of like persistently putting yourself out there to take on those challenges, but then the capacity to also learn and grow through the peaks and through some of the tough times as well. Can you talk about that?
I mean, for one, I just tell you, especially earlier in my career, I'm ambitious. And so that was often at odds with some of the other things I mentioned. Someone who lacked confidence or felt awkward or shy about going forward in things. Those were often at odds. And I love this is courageous minds. I mean, for me, it was a lot of summoning that courage. When I didn't have confidence, I would find courage help me get the confidence. So I have to sort of give myself these challenges, just small challenges to go forward. And it built a tenacity. I mean, for me, I think what I learned to love is just I'm a curious person. That was the way I got out of those things. I'm curious, so I'm in my head worrying about everything, or I can be out there exploring and being curious. And that gave me a certain confidence, especially as I started working in different jobs and companies, because I'd see things out there. Most of my colleagues were focused inside, and it was easy for me to look outside because no one else was. And that gave me a confidence to be like, no, like those patterns are real. I've seen that. That clean tech future is coming. And that, it wasn't about my idea, it wasn't about me, it wasn't about me being awkward, it was about me helping see things because I spent time outside. So that built a certain confidence in myself. And so when you start to try a few things and they work out, it gives you a little bit more confidence. But I would say for me, I really wandered around for the first 10 to 12 years of my career, professional life, trying to figure out what was right. And then things just started to click, but it was that kind of embracing the curiosity that I think was my kind of aha.
Is there anything you did intentionally in terms of reflecting on when things went well or didn't that you were able to learn from? Because it does feel like your capacity and ability to take on bigger and bigger challenges grew as you went through it. Or is it just the fact that you kept putting yourself out there and kept going after things?
I think it was, it was a number of things, but it was at the end that this tenacity that I tapped into that I frankly didn't know I had. Really early in my career, I wanted to be a journalist, and I wasn't very good, and I wasn't very confident. And I remember sending this video, my tape, as such as it was, to this news director and I called him every day. He was in Richmond, Virginia. I called him every day, and he never took my call. And finally, he took my call, and he's like, "Would you stop calling me? I'm never going to hire you. First of all, why would anyone who looks like you look like you're 12 years old? I'm never going to hire you." And but he had to hand it to me. I called him every day. And, it was a failure because he's like, "I'm never going to hire you," but it brought this tenacity out of me. And I think I've just seen that replicate. I fast forward several decades when I was working at NBC, finally, and the last time I was at NBC, I remember one colleague, she looked at me and she goes, "You just don't give up, do you?" And she didn't mean it in a very positive way. But I was like, "No, I don't." And I think most of you here are in these corporate innovation roles, and you're here doing what you do. It's because you see something, you see an opportunity, and if you're not tenacious, it forces you to be that way. So that's where I had to find that in myself somewhere.